My name is Boenigk. I'm the CEO of Neutral Posture. We manufacture ergonomic, general, and office chairs. And I am out of the WBEA Women Business Enterprise Alliance out of Houston.
And how long has your company been in business? And could you tell me a little bit about the core competencies that you have?
My mother and I started the company 22 years ago in my garage. We started building chairs, and we started out as a task-intensive ergonomic office chair company. Over the years, we've really broadened the company into making any kind of chair that you could need. So any kind of chair you need for working, whether it's in an industrial environment, medical, laboratory, or any kind of office setting, we make chairs for all of those areas.
So you've moved from the garage to an actual building. 22 years, right? 22 years. That's right. Congratulations. The question for you then, as a certified WBE, what do you believe are the benefits of being certified in its process?
I think that the certification really just gives you another avenue to go into a corporation. One of the things that you have to look at is all of the different ways that you can get in the door. So with my company, we start out with ergonomic health and safety people. Then we try and go into facility management. Supplier diversity is just another door to help us get in and to help us get to the right people. So the supplier diversity people are the advocates that really their job is to help you get the business. Their job is to help introduce you into the company.
That's good. Then if you could, since you've been around your business for 22 years, what sound advice would you give a new woman entrepreneur who is interested in starting her business? What sound advice would you give her?
The best advice that I could give somebody is to find somebody that will help you, find a mentor. I never had a mentor, and primarily it was because I never asked. I think if I had asked, I would have learned a lot more, a lot faster as I was going through all of this, and I could have learned from other people's mistakes. I've made so many mistakes in the last 22 years, and I would love to share those mistakes with other women so they don't have to do the same things that I did.
But even I can say, I guess, in those mistakes that you're still growing and you've learned from those, and you've even catapulted over other women business because of the mistakes that you have learned. Is that a safe assumption to say?
Very safe assumption. When you make mistakes, if you don't learn from them, that's when it becomes a problem. So as long as you learn from your mistakes, everything turns out fine. And we've had a tough couple of years. The last 2 years in our industry, the industry was down about 50%. We didn't sink that much, but we did lose some sales. But this year our sales are up 35%. And so we are having a phenomenal year, and we think that it's just going to keep getting better. We think that the women's procurement program that the federal government is implementing is going to be huge for our company because we already do about $5 million a year with the federal government, and we are expecting that to double next year.
Well, that's great. I'm so excited for you. Then I guess that would lead me to my next question then. What would be some of the goals and or strategies for your company that you have for the rest of this year and next year?
Right now our sales are up 35% year to date. We're expecting the sales to be up around 50% for the year, and then we're looking at another 50% growth for next year. So we're really anticipating, huge numbers when you look at 2010 to 2012, huge increases.
We can't wait to see that this time next year to see where you are. That is wonderful. One last question then. Here at the WBENC Conference, what is your objective and what is it that you hope to gain at this WBENC Conference this year?
We have developed some different strategies of how we want to go after the corporate business, and those strategies are strategies that I'm discussing with different corporations that I know, people that I'm very familiar with, that I've served on the WBENC board with, people that know me and understand what I do and what my company does. And it gives me the ability to really bounce some ideas off of them and some new strategies that we haven't tried before. And I'm getting great feedback. So I feel like this was an awesome opportunity to get feedback from customers that it would have taken me months to get when I could just do it right here at the show.
That's very good advice to have. So for new women or minority businesses, a good opportunity is definitely the WBENC Conference, but to just kind of connect with different women to find out what it is that they're doing and maybe benchmark from them. Is that a good advice to give?
Exactly. And I think the main point that we're trying to make at this conference with the We Are WBENC is that you really have to think about other women businesses that you can utilize. If we buy from each other, it makes all the difference in the world. And we have a supplier diversity program because we're a prime supplier to UPS. So when we became a prime supplier to UPS 17 years ago, they asked me for my supplier diversity plan. Well, we didn't even have one, and here we are, a women-owned company. So we developed one, and every quarter I have to report to UPS what my spend is with women and minority-owned companies. And I'm very proud to say that my spend is 9%. which is better than most corporations, especially when you consider that we're a manufacturer. And from a manufacturing standpoint, it's much more difficult to have your spend at that level.
Well, congratulations to that. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we close the interview? Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.